Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Peaks at Minecraft 1.9, and we are going to be starting off by looking at some of the things that I didn't do quite right in the last episode. First off, you can see that now I have a grass path going around here. Now this is from my experimenting with grass paths on how to do it, because last time I was trying to do it with a hoe, which is completely wrong, of course. Use a hoe to get farmland. But use a shovel, though, in order to get a grass path. So I could do this, tap it with the shovel, and I get a grass path. And this is a whole lot easier than what I used to do in order to make paths. In the past, I would either make a wooden path in order to do a boardwalk, because that was the easiest thing available, or if I found enough gravel, I would mix gravel with dirt in order to make coarse dirt. But this doesn't require any resource. I just tap my dirt on there and voila, I've got a path. And that will work. Good. So that's one of the new features we've got. Now the second thing is shields. Last time I was trying to build a shield with just wood, and it turns out that does not work out very well. Instead, yes, you do need a little bit of wood, but you also need a holder to hold it with, and that's made out of iron. And you need wool in front for your color of your shield. So this would be a green shield, for example. So now I have a green shield that I can equip. So now I've got a shield, and let's see how this looks. Oops, that's... Of course, I'd have to remember the... there we go. Yes, see, the shield is indeed green. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So there we go, we have a green shield. Good. Alright, perfect. So now we have a shield. Now supposedly you can also decorate them like banners, but I will worry about that some other time. I have no trouble decorating banners. You can imagine me trying to decorate a shield. Alright, now, a project. I had decided to attempt to build an auto smelter. Now that's something that I thought that might be something useful to do, since I haven't done that in too many of my other worlds. I didn't do it in my skirmish world or anything like that yet. So I thought this would be a good way of getting some practice with that. And I was thinking that an auto smelter should not be in the house. I originally was thinking building in the house, replacing my furnace there. And I eventually figured out that inside a wooden house is not the best place to build a major furnace. No. Alright, so got myself some 3 hoppers here, some chests. I might need more hoppers. We'll see what goes. It depends on how you do the smelter exactly, on how many of those you'll be needing. Oh yes, and while I was between episodes, I got myself some iron. If you remember the last episode, I was just down in the caves doing stuff. Well, right after I signed off there, I ran into a ton of mobs. I ran into some creepers, which is where I got all this gunpowder from. And I ran into some other monsters, some skeletons, which explains where the arrows came from. I found some gold and some iron. No redstone, so I can't make a clock. I can't make a compass. I'm stuck without those 2 things at the moment. Hopefully someday I will find some redstone and be able to make those 2 items, which are real nifty gadgets that I like to have. Well, with the compass I actually want to make a map, but the paper should be the easy part. The tough part's going to be the compass. Right, but once I find redstone, that should be easy enough to do. So you need a little iron with that. So we can just put this in here. I practiced making a white shield before I do this green one. The green one, though, is the one whose color I really want. Oh yeah, maybe I'll need bring some brick with me for this project, just in case I want. Because let's face it, you don't want to leave an auto smelter all hanging out by itself. You'll need some coal, of course, and maybe that will do for now. Let's see if I could do this smelter correctly. And I was thinking that maybe I can do it on the mainland, as far from my house as possible. I know that, as far as I know, a furnace cannot burn down your house, but I was thinking that this would be a nice thing to do. So this will be the output box. Now I'm going to do only a single smelter. And now if I can remember this correctly, what this does is I think that will attach it to the back there. Yes. All right, it's attached to there. One mistake I was doing when trying to do this earlier was I asked for it to do it automatically. It kept on plopping it going down, and that didn't work very well with this. All right, so now we go there. We want the furnace on top. Of course, first I need to make the furnace. Oh, wouldn't that be a clever thing to do? Well, I can go back to my house, but I can also make a crafting block here. I'll probably need one near an auto smelter anyway, right? I mean, why make a smelter if you're not going to be crafting stuff near it? So we can put this here and make ourselves a furnace. Good. I guess you get hot topic for doing more than one furnace. All right. Okay, so now we've got a furnace. Now we need something to feed it, so we'll need another hopper here. Feeding in that way. And getting a hopper to feed down into something is very easy to do. Now, usually when I see Wells Knight building one of these things, he's building a double one. I guess so he could get through everything a little bit faster. But since I don't put as much stuff into... Okay, I know it doesn't really matter which direction that thing's facing, but it looks really silly. Okay. You want to turn to the pork chops, right? Okay. I can oblige you if that's what you really want. Alright, now let's get back to here. Where is... Where did... Oh, of course. It's... They put... It's in the furnace. Oh, what a place. Yes, that's the problem about hoppers is you break something apart in front of it, it drops it down. Alright, now we got there. Good, perfect. And I can open that, I can open that. Alright. So if everything's working right, then this, well, should start, yeah, that should start dropping that into there, which starts that, and dropping that into the fuel dispensary. While this will, let's see, we went 54. That's not a good number, because I want 56, which is not going to happen. So therefore, let's 7, 28, 29, 30, 31. All right. I thought a nice efficient number will work with this. 7, 14, 15, 16. Good. All right, so we'll put 48 in here. Good. And look at this. We are already cooking stuff. And all that stuff is dropping down into there. It drops into there. And then winds up in this chest. Alright, good. So that is the auto smelter working. So now we actually have to make it look decent. I mean, let's face it. You don't want this sitting all over the place, right? Of course not. So therefore, we want to get a little bit of sand around here. Now, I know there's plenty of sand down there. If necessary, I could dig that up. Let's make sure, though, I don't already have some inside my little outpost here. Let's see. Wool. 2 sand. Well, I was hoping a little bit more than 2. Anything up in here? No. Alright. Well, it's getting a little bit late. So I will dig up a little bit of sand. Oh yeah, that's... Let's continue that path there. Alright, let's just put some grass here. That'll help neaten things up anyway. So that It all looks nice and neat. Good. Alright. Good, now let's go and get some shut-eye. And then continue on. Let's see what we could do to decorate. Be nice if I knew exactly when it was night. Maybe if I had something like a clock. Alright. Let's get back here. Ooh, that's coming along nicely. Oh, neat. Alright, now I've got some bread here. That should last me until that's used up. That's good. Actually, maybe I will dig up a little bit of this sand. Alright, that way I have some sand to work with. Alright, and... okay, that should be plenty for my purposes. Because what I want to do is move some of it over to here. And... I don't think I want dirt here. I want sand there. I think sand would be nice and even. Good. 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 So I have this little peninsula here where I can put the auto smelter. So now I need something to... good. Now that's done. I want to be able to build around this. Now I brought some bricks with me. I figured the best thing to put around will be some bricks. Now the problem is I don't think I've got enough for this. And there's the question about the chests, because chests of course don't open up. If you've got something like this directly on top of it. Alright. And of course I only had 8 bricks, so it's not going to do all that much. So I'll probably have to use it a little bit more conservatively, I guess. What I'll do is then get some stone brick and combine stone brick with brick. Now where am I going to get stone brick? Well, first I need some stone. Now where I can find some smooth stone? Oh, looky here! Smooth stone. Alright, let's... and that should be nice. Good. So we are just about... see what I can do in order to make this. Now I am going to need a few smooth stone, some stone brick steps. I think I only need 4 for this. Good. And we'll want to try the back too. Now, yes, I'm making this up as I go along. The idea there is just so that we don't have the whole thing as an eyesore. And, well, I'll have more coming out of the furnace pretty soon, so that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, we don't need that interior thing done like that. But what I'm thinking of is, if I remember what Wells does, he usually has some sort of step arrangement up here where he puts it. Because I think because a chest still works if it's there. Nice little thing to learn from Wells Knight. That's it. He really likes auto smelters. I've noticed that. The number of them I have seen him build. He builds them and it looks like in most of his... I've seen him build one in King and Craft. I think he built one in his main world, in Will's world, or whatever he calls it. And I've seen him build one in a 15-minute build. So he has a real habit of liking to do those things. And that way, you just throw stuff in there and you don't have to worry about when it's all finished up. So yeah, it's a neat idea, and looks like it's one of those things that's been around in Minecraft as long as people have been playing Minecraft, as far as I can tell. Oh, no, not that. Nope. That's the... Now, actually, you don't absolutely need the chest as far as I can tell, because the hoppers, they hold 5 items, and probably with the rate at which I do stuff, with the fuel one, for example, I could probably get away with not having a chest above there, because all I'm doing is throwing coal in there. I'm really not going to be needing more than 5 of them. So I think for the sake of symmetry, I'm just going to get rid of this, since it's not all that necessary. It's traditional because usually the pro Minecrafters are storing tons of stuff in there. So I can understand why they would be, or they'll be putting in automatic stuff for stuff like this. So I can understand why the professional Minecrafters will be using a chest there. But I think this is going to look better without a chest. In fact, that means I don't need these stairs up here either. See, it simplifies the build a little bit. Now, I do want the chest up in front because I think I am going to have more stuff going into the actual input area than I am going to be having with the fuel. It's the fuel one where I really... Okay, well, that's the advantage of having the chest, because if you're hiding the hopper, you're going to need something to feed it. All right, well, now I know another reason why the professional Minecrafters do it. Okay, let's go back with my original plan. All right, let's put the chest back. But at least I did the experiment, and a little experiment always helps. Yes. All right. And it looks like I have used up everything that's going in there. So I'm going to need a little bit more stuff in order to handle stuff. All right, let's go back to the design I had before, since that will be better looking now that I've decided that, yes, a chest is necessary for aesthetic purposes and to make sure that I'm able to feed properly. No, I don't want to. Oh. Silly Pineleaf. I want a chest there. Getting ahead of myself. Getting ahead of myself. All right. Now we put that there. Now we put the upside down. All right. Now let's get this right up here. Okay. No good. Upside down stair. Upside down stair. Now that one doesn't have a chest to go in there. Now I have seen some designs where they add extra hoppers in order to make things more symmetrical in the style. So one can do that if needed. In other words, I saw one in Wells's Patreon world where he put an extra hopper up here, so he could put the chest up here. Then this chest, he went left, left, left. So he used extra hoppers in order to make the chest view symmetrical. So now I understand why he did it that way. And that's why when you try something, it's one of the things you do is you learn. Oh. Why builders do some things in certain ways. All right. Good. I think this that's not perfect, but I think it's decent. All right, and done. Well, if I do it that way. All right, so here's my attempt at an auto smelter, at least. Now I just need something put into it so that I could. Oh, I just need to put something into it so that I will be able to actually utilize it. But I guess next time I will worry about something like that. When we'll probably have a new snapshot and all new things for me to mess up. But that'll be in our next episode of Finally Peaks at Minecraft 1.9.